Thank you, Toastmaster Powers, for those kind words. I would now like to request the president of Cisco Wani Club, Ashok, to kindly come up and speak a few words.
Hello Toastmasters, Raju, Abbas, Chandan, Shrikant and Sridhar and his team. Congratulations to your team. I think you've got a huge task ahead of you. A year back, I took over the reins of Cisco Wani. We had Archana in at that time. And we were thankful to Samvad because you are the guys who sort of chartered us in and made us a valid Toastmaster club. And when I took over, we were a distinguished club. And we had aimed for the stars. We said we were going to go for the perfect 10. And the analogy that I used was the analogy of Bo Derek to sort of excite all the guys in. But then I knew how different I was from the team that I had, because when I mentioned Bo Derek, people really did not know who she was, and then I knew how old I was. But that did have an effect because a lot of people went back and did a Google search on Bo Derek and what this number 10 was, a perfect 10 was, and at least excited them to go enough to get to a perfect 7, and we became a select distinguished club, but we couldn't get to the stars that we had planned to do. And now there's a young person who's taking over. We are having a chartering session on Monday, so I would hope that I would see all of you there to sort of charge this young guys in. He possibly might bring an analogy of someone new, could be Katrina Kaif or someone else who is the hot star of the day today, but hopefully end up with a perfect 10 rather than end up halfway there. And I'm sure that Sridhar and his team also will get us to a perfect 10, helping Raju to get to his goals and our club helping Powers to get to his goals. So all the best, and thank you for having had me here to speak these few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok, for those words. Toastmasters and guests, I hope I have entertained you and at the same time educated you about the use, the misuse, the abuse of semicolons. The fact that semicolon is such a dreaded punctuation mark is evident from the fact that its usage has fallen by over 70% from its peak in 1800 as per the data from Google Books corpus. Friends, just as you've learned about a small punctuation mark in so much detail today, if you keep coming to Toastmasters, you get to learn so many new things. We have so many different roles that you can take up in every session. And one such role, which I can think about right now, is the grammarian role. The role from which you can actually learn about the common grammatical mistakes that you make, and also about how you can improve your grammar. You can learn about all the other roles that you have if you keep coming to Toastmasters Club. With this, I think it's time not just to put a semicolon but a full stop to my tenure at the podium and hand the podium back to our incoming president, Sridhar.
Thanks a lot, Pratik. Now, I'm pretty sure all of us know why Pratik is known as the walking Ranan Maji. He could talk about a small semicolon for 1.5 hours. He didn't want to put a full stop, but he was asked to. First and foremost, it was so many inspiring speeches from several of our